Hey guys, welcome to our review of Lupinranger vs. Patranger episode, the last one. As always, I'm your host, President Stratos. Here with me today we have
the Cinder Blaze
and Makotoa.
Boys, welcome back to Toku Week Day 1, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, I like Alex, I enjoyed parts of this episode. And the other parts, not so much. The parts I did enjoy, though, it very much eclipsed all the bad for me, especially since it ended on such a high note. But what are you guys' thoughts? Because I know you guys have different ones.
Yeah, for me, like a lot of like the bittersweetness of this episode comes from like my somewhat high expectations. Like they were like relatively high.
How? How did that happen? We're smart at this.
For certain like aspects of the show, you know, like the way that they would like kind of defeat the final villain, because like he felt like he was like the only competent one. Like we did get 2 episodes of him kind of like stomping ass.
Yeah.
And the way like he just fell apart in that final fight just made it feel like shit. And we're just like I didn't care about that fight anymore, and I stopped caring about the villain. And that it's not like the most important thing about this like series, thankfully, and that's kind of like why, like as you were saying, a lot of the good kind of like overshadowed it, because like the Lupinrangers were spot on this episode.
Yeah, and like to your point, like I mean, you kind of got the idea of what I kind of want to say about it, but like ultimately he didn't matter to me. Like I just thought I didn't know how they were going to resolve like finishing off Dograno or whatever his name is, but like DiGiorno's pizza. I didn't know how they were gonna do it, so I was interested to see how they were going to like what leaps in logic they were going to do in order to make it happen. And like honestly, I expected it to be a lot worse and a lot more messy, and what I got was fine. It was perfectly a-okay for me.
I disagree.
Okay, well,
but that's that's the differing between our opinions.
Yeah, and like you said, the real meat of this show is between Lupinranger versus Patranger.
And Lupinranger. Don't even mention the shitty scene anymore.
Fair enough. But like it just, this entire show just not only did it shit on the Patrangers, it just like hand waved the rest of the villain faction. So honestly, like I wasn't expecting too much out of them. You know, like I don't need it. I don't need a good conclusion for them, because ultimately they were just like a punching bag for the main focus.
Yeah, but like
what should have been the main focus.
Here's the thing, like for the finale, because like they have like excellent, you know, action scenes when they want to put the effort into it. If we just kind of have like them all kind of team up for this one last fight, that would have been awesome if they found a way to kind of break them out mid-fight. But like what we did was we nerfed the villain so hard, so he's Patranger, you know, defeatable.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest complaints, and that I was going to mention when I had the chance. But like the power scaling of how the Patrangers were able to subdue him in the end was so stupid to me, because they have done nothing in this show to show that they've actually like improved in skill, other than maybe Red.
I disagree. Wholeheartedly, because they did in the end work together. The Lupinrangers found a way to make that happen. And Michael, you didn't like it. You didn't like them using their massive book to send those Lupin collection pieces. I thought it was a good way to sort of help bring them into the fight. What?
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just like remembering it. It's like, where the fuck did that book come from?
That's what I wanted to know.
Honestly,
that was my biggest complaint. Give me a minute, because I haven't gotten to complain about that. You guys have gone on for a little while. Why? Also, how? Because okay, you know what? That's fine. All right. Say you know they can have everything in their Toku pocket and the book,
Yeah.
At least give us a scene explaining that they had the book on them, because in any other situation, who has it? The old man. The old man always has the book. So at least give us the clarification that they had the book at the very last minute. I don't even like it. Just didn't make sense. I didn't like that card pull at the end.
I don't know. For me, like
I
the
like
11th
that,
hour. The 11th hour explanation is kind of a hallmark of this show because, like, they just. I feel like someone thought about it way earlier, but then, like, in production, they were like, oh, shoot, we forgot to set this up anyway. We'll just flashback it. This show works so much better if you stop caring. Like, that's my thing. I
This is a
can't. I don't.
review.
Yeah, but this is the last episode. So
The
this
thing
is the
is,
one
I don't-
episode. Shut up. This is the one episode I can afford to give fucks to, and I feel like cheated. Almost.
Well,
almost.
Because, like, it's not the part that I enjoyed. You know, it's not really the part that, you know, I took away most from it. It's between the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers. And I am 100% okay just, like, putting that, like, just not thinking about the other stuff too much and then getting to the parts that I want to see, you know?
The part, like, where not Lupin Red, where Pato Red was just stomping slowly towards Dawn or whatever his name is, just, like, in agony with his choice, that awkward framing that we were laughing at the whole way through.
That was, okay, that, honestly, that was the weakest part to me. Because
I don't know. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the episode. They're just like grunting for as long as 2 minutes. No words.
Flashbacking randomly during certain points.
Because like I've been saying, like my favorite part of this show is Lupinranger versus Patranger, interactions, and they sort of like tried to use that, that relationship there, and I know, and I'm disappointed in the way that it was set up, and they tried to, conclude it. I appreciate the amount of effort they did put into concluding it, but I did not appreciate the amount of effort they did not put into establishing it. So to me, that was the weakest part.
Yeah. I think like one point where that kind of like hit me was when Pattern Ichigo used the Lupin Red power up, or was it not Lupin Red? Was it Noel's power up?
Yeah,
and
that was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty, but just like, what? Now he gets it? Like, he's one of the primary characters of this show, and he gets it in the last freaking episode.
And it's not even really his, right? Like, he didn't start out with that.
And he's
ability.
borrowing it.
Like, I don't understand either, because Silver was right there. He could have done it himself.
Yeah. No, he couldn't.
Why not?
Because he doesn't have the ability to use Lupin collection pieces like that. His changer doesn't do it, and he's not human. So he needs someone else to shoot it at him. Remember?
We're talking about have somebody shoot it at him?
Yeah, that's how he got the silver power-up in this episode. The first time he used the silver power-up. And he already had a suit on. So, like, Red has to use it. Yeah,
but, like, they could have set it up in a way where he got the final shot, because I feel like he's the only one who like cares about defeating DiGiorno as as much as anyone else.
What do you mean?
Or he cares about defeating him the most because he killed RC and Lupin, which is another plot point they kind of just like threw out the window.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's another thing that they kind of just want to like.
Was that a movie thing, or was
I don't think it's a movie thing. But
no,
I think it's more of like a it's an ongoing goal, because there's going to be the show is Lupinranger versus Patranger. It's an ongoing struggle between the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers. That's my theory on it. I don't think, because it ends off with, because otherwise the Patrangers just don't have their powers in terms of anniversary, fuel. That just can't happen.
That's sad, because I actually wanted them to do more team up stuff, like they did at the very end of the episode. That was the strongest part of the episode.
Mhm.
Was when you finally got to see them fight together, even though they weren't fighting together, and they knew they knew the identities. So it did add a little bit of extra, like, finally.
But like, where are the other Phantom Thieves?
I love that. I love that so much. I thought that was.
But where were they in the fight? Were they operating the lights?
Well, I mean, they don't have the power. They're not using the power. I mean, only one power set exists, so obviously they'd give it off to the more experienced team.
What? They have the powers for like the same amount of time. A year.
A month.
A year.
No. Wait,
It was a year.
It wasn't a year, was it? The time skip? So
Hold
they were
on.
trapped in there for a year without any food?
I read a month. Hold on. Hold on. Talk about some other stuff.
I mean, even if it was a month, they did have a lot of grass there.
A lot of
and
grass.
a Ferris wheel.
And a Ferris wheel to keep them occupied. I
I heard
guess
that humans can't eat grass because they don't digest it properly the way cows do, because they just digest it 4 times.
you'll throw up. So I guess my other gripe was that, like, we had certain plot relevant. You know, the little the twist on how they got out of the chest was because of a movie plot point.
That's
so if you didn't see the movie, yeah, just good luck trying to keep up. So, and we didn't see the movie yet. So that was an extra layer of confusion added to that moment. That was supposed to be like the big, haha.
Okay, Alex is right. It was 1 year, but
wow.
Hold on, weren't the Lupinrangers in? Weren't they there more than a year?
I think it's just okay. It might be 2 years because they probably were.
They only had one Christmas episode.
Yeah, I know. No. But like, they were obviously recruited before episode 1. Like they had been doing that for a while.
It might have been 2 years for them then.
Yeah.
Like a year before the series start, and then the series itself was a year.
What did you think about the second team reveal though? Because I know you guys had something about that.
The second team,
once they walked in.
Once they walked in,
because I barely looked at it. I saw like the black fucking cloak. I was like, "That marvelous."
I thought that too. I hoped it was.
Why in all hell would it have been that?
They're pirates, so they're thieves.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Why was he in Zoology?
You know how much that would have made me, like, enjoy this whole experience.
Oh, come on! Just come back next week. You'll be happy.
So I mean, like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool that it was the 3 of them, because I mean they've done nothing else. So
yeah, no, I mean I really liked it, and I thought
made for a touching reunion.
Yeah, especially between the Red brothers. I know Alex had some issues with that, but I thought it was Lupin Red, the original, was putting in so much work with that scene that he really sold it. And on top of that, what his brother did, the nose thing, I'm pretty sure it was established early on, but it's been so far gone that I've forgotten it. But it brought that sort of thing full circle, where Red usually does that to Yellow. So it's kind of like, I don't know, just like that little tick that he carried on, and that was given to him by his brother. So I like it. I thought it was neat. It was a good touch.
Yeah, Red like really sold that scene. Just like when we got to go back to his brother's face, it's just like he didn't really care all too much. He's like,
right,
because he's like the perfect brother. Don't you remember? He's Troy Bolton in the Wildcats.
Yeah. If he slammed his chin on top of his head, he can probably break his skull.
No idea what you're referencing, but okay.
Did you see his chin?
It's the crimson chin. Oh, okay. There's another thing. Like, I was just like scrolling through the episode. Do you remember when like Hilltop just broke a scene and just like I'm gonna take responsibility.
That
Yeah,
was
I didn't get
stupid.
that, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like, I'm actually here.
You know, I will give this episode credit. Like, I'm surprised the bad guy didn't go out with a bang. The police apprehended him like they should have. That's I don't know. That's new and different to me. I'm surprised.
The
And like,
final
oh, it went off
villain,
on the
yeah, he didn't
yeah
get. He's not dead. He's still
Yeah.
not dead.
yeah
But it also doesn't help that because he was such a lackluster villain, I care less that he's not dead. Like, if he was a better villain, I would have been like, you didn't kill him? You didn't kill him after everything he's done. No, I don't feel that way to this guy. He's just like, oh, you caught a Sigorman or whatever. Good for you.
Yeah. I think that's why what Hilltop meant when he's like, I'll take responsibility. You know, like they're housing like a very dangerous criminal, you know, in their basement, basically. So I guess that's what he meant, but just like everything around that scene just didn't work. That I just really didn't care.
yeah. I don't know. You guys done here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So guys,
No.
thanks for joining us on this Lupinranger versus Patranger journey, but it's not over. So we got more
Ah.
stuff to watch. We have and we will be covering it during Toku Week. This week we're going to be doing the rest of the stuff we missed. We're going to then end on our full series review and then go right into Super Sentai Psycho Battle. So get ready, get prepared. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow we're going to be covering the Q-Ranger versus Space Squad movie, though. It's entirely different from Lupat, but just, you know, we got to do it anyway. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
Later.
You know, I'm glad we didn't get a Zord fight this episode because I wasn't too fond of the Zord designs in this series.
That's fair, yeah.
But I kind of wanted, was it DiGiorno to kind of have like his monster form? Because like he has like that T-Rex like skull thing